So
we're live.
We are live. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? And you're probably wondering why we gathered you all here today. And well, we have, I think, another special announcement. I've heard. Do you know?
I might know.
Does Spencer Jowitz know?
He doesn't. Wait, he might know. He might know.
Does he?
He might know. Well, we have to.
Well, they're gonna know, and I think everybody else joining us right now is gonna know as well. Well, at least here shortly. But first of all, thank you once again, everybody, for joining us here to talk. Because you're on there with me. To talk RSC Year 2. Rebel Scum Con Year 2 is coming up, and we've been announcing so many fantastic guests with the help of so many other wonderful community members, some of which who are joining us once again. We've got Star Wars Sith 66 once again. We've got Will of the Force. We got Mortis FM. But today we are joined by a new member, which we're all very excited to hang out with today. Yeah. Yes. It's not Dante always hangs out with us.
Wrong way, Will.
Well, if you go away, it's like a flash. If you run away, run around the world, you'll eventually get.
Hang on.
Wait, no.
She just shows me.
I'll come in Will's screen. I love it. Hello, g'day there.
So how is it over there in the land where the water goes the other way in the toilet?
Yes, a lot of people have a lot of ethical problems with that. Apparently, it's going well. It's great down here. We're a day ahead of you. Things are already very different. It's on fire.
So Saturday's doing well. I haven't committed to it yet.
I haven't either.
You haven't committed to it. But no, it's going well. Yeah, loving it down here, and very excited to be a part of the stream. It's a good time. Also, can I just say, Grayson, this is I've like known Mortis FM, and you guys have known me for such a long time. This is actually our very first time on a live show together.
Oh yes.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. No, we've never the earliest compliment that I remember, I'm pretty sure it was you. It was on a stream back with Tony and Will, and you said I had like a nice voice, and I was like, thanks, that means a lot.
Yeah,
Tony, you've never said that about us, so whatever.
Yeah. Screw you guys.
Back to Mortis FM.
Go, Grace.
It's yeah. No, it's awesome. I'm hyped for this like Avengers Endgame moment right now, which very suitable for the announcement today, I would say.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Rayside, tell us a little bit about yourself. We've been asking other Star Wars fans who've been joining us what their Star Wars origin story is. So what is your Star Wars origin story? When did you fall in love with the galaxy far, far away?
Yeah, absolutely. I was 9 years old. I was a young whippersnapper, and I have two older brothers. So they, of course, very much prequel age, introduced me to Star Wars. And unlike, I think, a lot of people, I started with Phantom Menace. I started chronologically. They showed me the 6 movies chronologically and not in release order. So that was really interesting. And I just was so enamored with the magic of the whole franchise, which I think is such a common thing. Like you rarely hear people say, "Oh, I watched Star Wars. It wasn't that good." It's such a rare thing to hear that. You just so easily get sucked in, and as I did get real into the story, and then I discovered, hey, there's cartoons of Star Wars stories. That's pretty cool. When I was about 12, 13, 14, when Clone Wars was rolling out. So absolutely fell in love with Clone Wars, just hung off every episode and every season. And I just haven't really ever gone back. And then now as an adult, very into the creative scene and drama and acting and performance, and making content was just very natural. And then suddenly I'm just full-time making Star Wars content. So it's been a very natural progression from like fan to job for me personally. But that's a little bit of how I got here and who I am.
Right.
Well, what is your favorite part of Star Wars? It can be any part, doesn't matter, big or small. What is the thing that excites you most about Star Wars? First thing that comes to mind. Don't even think about it, just go.
Yeah. Shit. Like,
you're thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it too hard. I think just I'm really into ships Star Wars ships and Star Wars. I mean, you can kind of see by
I
my
see
like
them in the
Lego
background. Yeah.
Lego collection of ships I got like growing here. I mean, obviously, Phantom Menace is my absolute favorite Star Wars movie. So, obviously, super love the pod race scene. That was a big part of just my mind and childhood. And I think just Star Wars ships and the magic of space travel is in my mind, I think it's still real. To jump in a starfighter and just go somewhere. So probably that. I think that's my favorite part.
I love it.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Can't agree anymore. I'm a ship guy. I like the ship.
That's fine. You can be a ship guy if you like. There's nothing wrong with being a
Hannah,
ship.
what is your like all-time favorite ship? Like if you had to say.
Oh yeah,
that's a good question.
Probably the N1. Probably
N1
like
with that sleek chromium finish.
So I was curious of like when the Razor Crest and we got the N1, that Mando N1. Were you like,
were you excited, or did it feel like they were defacing it?
I actually really liked it. I thought it was really smart. I think there's a really great balance of like the styles within Star Wars of having that clean, and I think we saw that so much in the prequels, having that clean finished look, and then having that really worn lived in look. Such a great balance of that. So I actually super loved when it came back in Mando, and also technically Book of Boba. Of just like kind of this battered Pelimoto and Jawwood version of it. I thought that was super sick. I love that.
Even more importantly was the random piece of metal that they used in the compactor scene.
Yes,
actually was like
yeah,
a spaceship part.
Yes,
and on the VC version, it's insertable into the vintage collection N1.
Yeah.
It comes as a separate packed piece that you have to install before you put on the tail fin, which is awesome.
That's so cool.
Because Bobby opened mine.
Now, there's a lot of other really cool things in Star Wars, a lot of cool characters and stuff. And as I understand it, we have another special guest to announce for Rebel Scum Con Year 2. And well, I would love for any one of these guys to announce it, but since they've already gotten to make some awesome announcements for us, I think it's only fair to let you have this one.
Oh, I'm so honored. I'm so honored. But I'm like, how do I hype this up?
I mean, you're the Clone Wars person. That was the whole gateway. There it is,
Yeah, that's so true. I'm now second guessing myself, being like, it is the right person. Hang on.
Do we want to give her time and just like tease a little bit? Like,
all right, well,
and then you can work off that. Okay,
that's a great idea.
Maybe Will go ahead.
Okay, how about what if we open it up with like some sound effects? Like what if what if we tease like this character could be related to something like
You're putting her out of a job, bro. You need to stop doing that. We did not come on her channel for you to try and outshine her, man. Come on.
Oh my god. Well, you want an acapella, connected to the.
It's however you want.
We all got to do it.
I'm just throwing out suggestions.
I'm sure it would sound awesome for the listeners at home if we all did Duel of the Fates in unison,
as we're all in like different time zones.
Duel of the Fates.
Because there's so many different parts, we could all take a part.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah. Okay.
We should actually.
Okay.
Please don't.
Right.
Oh my!
Do this for real.
Okay, I'm gonna do that part, and then will you come in with the
okay. Go. This is awesome.
Do I need to get a lightsaber out right now?
Tony, come in with that bass, my brother.
Oh my
God. Ow, my legs.
Someone's probably thinking it's Ray Park at this point. It's definitely not Ray Park.
Yeah.
Really committed to this bit.
That was good.
That was a good diversion, though. That was a very good diversion. See?
Oh man,
that'll be dropping on Spotify within the hour.
Yeah, absolutely. Pre-saved right now.
Down below.
Unbelievable
Well,
good.
I'll say that this. I'm gonna go and drop a tease, a gateway that like
yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
this person was like integrated in Star Wars before what we just teased was even actually like they were even part of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
They had a legacy first and foremost as a fan, very much like us, and kind of got the gig of a lifetime into the expanded universe.
Yes.
You know,
Is it this guy? Did he play one of these guys? No, wait.
Wrong
well,
color.
Not this guy.
if you count discarded apprentices, maybe.
Okay, so not this character. Okay, not that.
I'll say that this no, yeah, the glup from Jedi Fallen Order, my favorite.
Oh, okay, not that guy. Okay.
I mean, he's credited as additional voices, so I mean, it could be that guy too.
He could be very well, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, this person
That's
is
the blue guy right here, right?
No.
no. I will say that like this was someone. This person and the project they were attached with was like my gateway into like content beyond just the movies and the shows, into like Star Wars can be so much more connected and like just this can of worms of all of these the brand new characters that you've never even heard of and create this cool, well-crafted story. And I think so many of the stories we get now with things like with Andor and Rebels of these like kind of like bridgeway connections. This was kind of, I don't want to say it was like one of the first, but it was one of the really big ones, especially for people who were like in the prequel era and really into
Looking for more
video games.
I would consider it to be the first on screen within that type of story that we've gotten in Star Wars.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
when we announce it, I have a little forward that I'll
we got it
gladly.
booked. Yeah,
But I'm not teasing anymore. I'm not saying anymore.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
Tony, Will, you guys have any hints before we let Hannah take it away?
The only hint I will give, there are a lot of great actors and voices in Star Wars. I think this person potentially has, but very well could do any voice they wanted to in Star Wars, and it would it would pass.
Yeah,
It would be either extremely great and they'd take over everybody's job, which
is probably why
great.
He's only got the characters he's gotten.
Yeah.
So he doesn't-
because they have to keep him at bay. Playing the characters he is.
Just be a one-man show of any project.
Oh,
Lucas
100%.
would only need one voiceover booth with him standing in it to do an entire animated series.
Move over,
Dick
Dick Bradley.
outside of the door, like pressing spacebar.
Pressing spacebar, and then
Yeah.
and then Ray over here doing the rest of the sound effects for.
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, yeah, sort of.
The spaceship one specifically.
Personally, this is even a hint. This is just a opinion from me.
Mhm.
If there was a Star Wars Mount Rushmore, at least for me, this guy's head's on it.
Oh,
Tony, go ahead and give a hint.
In and out of Star Wars. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Especially in the convention world, like someone I can meet, someone I want to talk to. I want to be around.
I was about to say this person's knowledge of Star Wars is like
He's a walking encyclopedia.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a reason they are like clipped to death is because everything they say is just magic. And for me, they are the gold standard for what a Star Wars fan is. There's someone who they go and seek out extra knowledge, and even if there's something that they may not immediately like, they still love it, and they're willing to love it, and actually like kind of expand their mind, kind of like what Yoda would say, and then apply that knowledge to other things. I mean, it's just there's so many like stories regarding this person that's like. You're just like, oh my god, like I've never thought about this or never thought about it that way. It's insane.
That might be the nail in the coffin. But Tony, what's our last hint?
So this man, it's kind of hard to choose like which character of his is my favorite because he plays them all so well. When I think of him, like when I found this out, I'm like, what am I gonna get signed? I could do this, I could do that, It's tough because he's played so many iconic roles in various different mediums, from TV, animation,
Yep.
games, this, that. It's crazy.
Even outside of
So-
the Star Wars world as well.
Oh yeah.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. So I'm super pumped, and I think Hannah's about to finally let us know who this is, eh?
Yes, if I can unmute myself in time. Mhm. I sure will. Indeed. Yeah. Well, I think a credit to the live chat right now with us. Thank you so much for jumping in today.
Yeah, guys.
And a lot of you are on the trail of what we're talking about here today. And it's like a fun game of just trying to narrow down who is this voice, who has been in so many projects, who has been and been an integral part of curating some very, very famous characters, from video games to animation, and rumor on the horizon, live action real soon. It is the wonderful Sam Witwer, who is joining Rebel Scum Con.
Look at the drawing. We're so
excited. Yes. Oh,
Spectacular.
got all my
And
mom-
also, most famously,
my
a
Emperor,
side
so
character
much.
in Star Wars Squadrons.
Oh,
Saber.
Well,
Wait, who does he play in Squadrons?
Yeah, he doesn't. It's
yeah,
like a just a side character that like.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
really?
TIE Fighter pilot, I believe,
Something
right?
like that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, also-
Squadrons is mad underrated. That game is so fun.
Squadrons, Outlaws, pretty much all the most
Yeah.
recent games have been super underrated.
Yeah.
For Star Wars
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah.
And Sam was in part of all of them. He was voices in
You can
Outlaw.
go to literally any credit on any Star Wars thing ever. It could be a commercial for Brisk Tea, and he's in it. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. That's a
I
real
had a-
thing.
I had a lot of fun typing up the credits last night to send to our webmaster. It was like the first time I've ever done 3 setups. Like, it's like, okay, this is live action. Okay, this is gaming. Okay, this is animated.
Animation, yes.
And it's just Star Wars credits. And I'm like, this is gonna take up a page.
Techie, real quick,
Yeah.
too, did you have something to announce about specifically Sam that's very special to Rebel Scum Con? Maybe his pricing
Oh, well,
is very
I mean,
friendly.
yeah, well, there is so the pricing that we receive for Sam, because a lot of people think like the shows set prices, but sometimes they can when they want to make things really, really bad.
Mhm.
But we receive pricing that will be decently cheaper than if you were traveling outside of the country into little islands and in Asia.
Australia is not a little island.
But you know,
It's
yes,
also not in Asia.
yeah,
Um,
yes, it is.
yes, we
Well, Asia
we
Pacific,
were
yeah.
able to negotiate and get a more affordable rate for our stateside visitors.
Yeah.
Luckily, and so we're very excited to announce, and thank you, Rayside, for announcing this for us today. But we're very excited to announce that yes, Sam Witwer will be joining us August 8th through the 10th, 2025, at the Frisco Conference Center. So make sure, once again, you go to Rebel Scum Conventions with an S.com today so you can book your Rebel Scum Con journey, because we have so many guests that we've announced so far.
Yep.
So many that have been announced by us,
Mhm.
by friends who are with us right now, visibly on this chat, friends who are with us in
the chat.
itself,
Yep.
and many others. And unfortunately, guys, I'm gonna have to step out for now. Thank you guys so
I
much
can
for
hang
having
for a
me
few
on.
more
Yeah,
minutes, yeah.
Tucky will stay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Dante will stay for a little
Yeah,
bit.
stay for a little
I
bit.
have another show that I gotta host.
He's
It's
gotta
the
go.
Order 66 Toys
Oh,
Live show.
Too
So,
popular. Too popular.
Yeah, he's a busy guy. He's a
if
busy
you like
guy.
Star Wars toys and collectibles, check that out when we're done here. So we'll see you guys later.
All right, cool. Hey, go to work.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Thanks so much.
Oh, just don't step on my action figures when you're
I
going
need
through there.
that.
But no, thanks. While that's going, thank you all for helping out with that. It's not even that's
Oh,
not
what?
even the headliner, and I think
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
We're still giving away Rogers every
No, we're
VIP.
oh brother, yeah, we're not doing that. If you can see Bobby's or the background there, Bobby's office, yeah, it's all
That's one
A
side.
lot
He
of
has
Rogers,
this side
yeah.
as well, like mirrored.
Yeah, oh,
Actually,
yeah.
it's a wraparound now.
yeah,
my
whatever we
gosh.
got to do, you know. But no, that's not. I mean, that's Sam is a amazing guest to have. But we're not done yet. That's the crazy thing about it. So he's one of our highlight.
We're done with announcements for today.
For today, yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. For today, yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Go again, round 2.
I could tease things. I could tease the fact that I have, that we're working on a deal right now with, someone that Sam's worked with before. But
yep, that's it.
What?
That is such a lot. Yeah, that's like everyone ever.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could give you a hint that they're in Star Wars
universe or a different universe, but
I'm not going to throw out a bunch of conjecture because that'll put you on the spot. But I will be DMing everybody after and being like, guys, because I specifically Will. I'm going to be like, I'm pretty sure it's this person. But I honestly, like you said, the floodgates. It's like, yeah, they breathe in the same room as this person. It's like,
right. Which isn't there's a laundry list of people who obviously Sam's worked with because he's been involved in so many projects.
Yeah.
This person I'm working on this weekend will be bringing another dynamic to the show that's never been done before for our show. So it's there's we just keep ramping up. We're on the incline. We're just going to keep going with our announcements and ramping up those announcements. And eventually we're just going to have to stop because we can't fit any more guests.
No, you don't have to stop. You don't have to.
We might have a problem with capacity at that point. Yeah, at that point, we might not be able to get any more bodies in the door, let alone
that's one thing.
Yeah.
But the guest tables, I mean, we do have to actually sit them somewhere. We need to have a space behind them, but put a banner behind them. Like these are just we may run out of places to do that soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there is a big May 4th announcement coming. That's for something that's happening outside of the walls of the convention, but during that weekend.
Oh, nice.
So, and it will be happening on Friday. So a lot of people look at like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday shows. That Friday is often enough like a throwaway because it's a half day. It's like the first half of the day the vendors are setting up still, and people are at work. Sometimes people who work, I buy toys. I don't know. I collect toys. That's my.
That's work. Hey, that's work.
Listen, there's a lot of Targets nearby. Like it's a lot of driving. And I haven't been able to write it off properly on taxes. Like I have to eat that. There's so we're gonna have something really fun in store that someone else is gonna come and do something on Friday. So we're gonna have something cool for everyone to do. So make sure everyone out there is planning a full weekend out of this. But I mean, it's going to be impossible to do everything you want to do on just Saturday anyway. So this is a full weekend thing.
Dude,
I'll be there all 3 days.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
I was about to say, are we gonna have to strong arm Hannah to fly on over?
Come to America, Hannah.
I am trying to move some things around for it. Yes.
Yeah.
Hannah, to entice you, we have a panel ready with your name on it if you can. So.
Ooh, live panel. What?
Ooh.
Is this This might be. It sounds like it could be one of our old friends or something. I don't know though. Maybe is that a conjecture that I can make?
No, we got to work out who it is.
I don't think it would be anyone I've seen you interview before. I don't think so.
Oh.
I think it would be. No, I don't think so. But I haven't seen. All the content you've done. But
right. That's interesting. Okay.
Well, I'm really stoked about this Sam announcement, especially because I think, at least from my knowledge, that Sam and Matt Wood, they work together very often because they are heavily involved in the ILM set, like sound VFX department, which is very exciting for me because I have had the pleasure of meeting Sam before, but there's so many things that like you could talk to him all day about, like Starkiller or Maul or whatever it may be, but like one thing that I'm like really stoked to talk about is I'm really into, if I can move my head, you can't really see it. It's the right behind my head, right there are these Star Wars RPG books. It's a tabletop game. It's like D&D. If you listen to any interview where he is at his house, you will see there is a giant bookshelf flooded with those books, and he is a huge tabletop nerd. Like he's written D&D books with his brother. I believe his brother's name is Michael. But he's really into the Star Wars RPG stuff. And dude, I just want to be like, let's talk about Star Wars RPG, man. Because again, that is the best thing about so many of the guests you brought on, and just people who get to make Star Wars in general, is they are fans too. And that's such a strange thing to think about, because like, oh, they probably don't care that much about it. But then you can go up to someone who has, whether big or small, been contributive to the greater part of Star Wars, and like they know ball. So, and of course Sam does. And so I'm, as like a lifelong, like Sam Witwer was like in my top 3 of like celebrities that I just want to be like friends with, and he's just he's just the best. He's so knowledgeable.
I was trying to not give this away like a month ago or like a few weeks ago now when we announced Matt, but on my year 1, like when we decided we were going to do a show, it was like, I was like, Sam is my number 1. Like, we have to get Sam there. Like, Ian would be great. I really want to get Ian. That'd be cool. But we need to have Sam Witwer there. And we tried, and his schedule didn't line up. And it was like, that was the one name. It's like, that's the one name I need. And, like when we talked about Matt, like Matt was on that list too, and very close to the top for me. And, I kind of mentioned Sam when I mentioned, I was like, there was 2 names I really wanted. Period. Like as soon as we discussed like putting together a convention was right. Matthew and Sam. And, I mentioned that in a post, but tried to keep the attention on Matthew without giving anything away because we hadn't had the contract back from Sam yet.
Right.
I had to, I was debating on hiding it or not, but you did it very tastefully.
Yes.
In the comment.
Yeah. And it was just, it was like, that was, those were the 2 names because they on what they've done, they've put so much into, so many different aspects,
decades.
So many different,
It's they both have very similar like intro stories into Lucasfilm as well, where Matt was just like a video game tester, and then Sam was friends with another great contributor to Star Wars, David Collins, the goat. Yeah. Was like, hey, we're creating this game. You look just like the guy. Yeah. Can you come in and like audition? And then like, of course, that famous scene or retelling of the scene of him disassembling Starkiller's lightsaber and then him being like, "Why are you tensing up?" It's just like, it's one of my favorite things ever. And I'm like, it's just so cool when fans who really care about Star Wars and to be able to just get integrated in that, and now they're just part of that intrinsic DNA.
Yes.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I really love about Sam is, and kind of what we're saying here already, is just his journey with it. And you can see each period of time where he's just really loving it. Like I love all his interviews around his Rebels, like when he was in the show for quite a bit there. Like all these interviews talking about Rebels, like every show that is coming out and is being created, like he's just fully all in learning about the process, the story, the writing, the characters, how he's going to do this. And it's so fun that it's like you can go into that deep with him on Force Unleashed. I was about to call the game Starkiller. You can go deep on the game, or you could talk about it you can go so deep on Clone Wars. You can even go so deep on Rebels. Like each thing he's just like committed to. And then obviously all the great clips of him talking about all the movies and the sequels. And yeah, it's unreal. It's just an unreal kind of guy.
Yeah, that dissection of the Obi-Wan Maul final fight in Rebels, dude.
Oh, obsessed. It's like my Roman Empire. The way he like talks about it. It's like, whoa,
so good. What were you gonna say, Tony? I'm sorry.
So in person, it's like if you just ask the right question, it's like it's amazing because he just goes off and he's so passionate about it, and he gets into detail. I've met him twice, and once in a photo, and then once in an auto. But in the auto, I just asked them the right question. And he just goes off, and it's just you're just there absorbing it, and like wow, like everything he says, it's just I'm super pumped to see him, to talk to him again, and like it was a tough decision when I kind of found out he was going to be there, but like I really want to get this signed by him and kind of talk to him about what it was like playing the son. Did he have fun? And maybe be like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you were him in live action one day? Wouldn't that be amazing?
Dude, look at his face. I mean, that's just like, him. Bro, come on.
It is. Yeah. So it's just, I'm so pumped for him. So pumped.
He's the coolest dude. I've met him once, and I was telling Dante before we went live, there is a fine line of lists of characters or people who have worked in Star Wars that if I know they will be at an event, I drop everything and go to.
Yeah.
It's a very thin list. We're like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah. If I see his name pop up when you guys DM'd me and said, hey, I just want you to know that the update, the announcement that you will be, it'll be Sam. I was procrastinating booking flights and hotels. I immediately was like, okay, I knew I was going, but I was like, all right, we're going. It's no question. I will be there. I'll be the first person in line, because outside of being a Star Wars legend in terms of what he's created, he's such a lighthouse and model for like how to be a good Star Wars fan outside of just being a Star Wars encyclopedia, but how to carry yourself within the community and how to navigate and how to just be a kind and open person. Teaching the lessons that we all agree with are such a basis for Star Wars. He's a model for that. And like I said, I've met him one time, and it's funny that Grayson, you bring up the RPG stuff because I had him sign the original West End games. He had nothing to do with it.
I've got
other
that
than
right now.
Other than like him talking about it in interviews of the original West End game Star Wars encyclopedia. Yep, the source book. I brought that, and he was like, whoa, what do you want me to do it? What do you want me? I was like, can you sign it? And he was like, I didn't. He's like, no, I'm not touching it. I was like, no, because I've listened to interviews where you explain that, and outside of you being a Star Wars encyclopedia, this is where your love of Star Wars started and was part of it. So it's cool to have you sign that in that moment. And he immediately started flipping pages. He was like, did you see this? And it was just a snowball effect of how much he loves this thing that we are all here talking about, and everybody in the chat is here excited to be watching. It's Star Wars, and we all love it, and he loves it so much, and to know that he does in the way that he does, it's the best. So yeah, I love Starkiller. Yeah, I love Maul, but like I've been saying for a long time, if he's not right now, he's every Star Wars fan's favorite Star Wars fan. So he's just the coolest dude.
We were at an event, and the promoter asked us to go ahead and walk through and get interviews. I'm Josh, by the way. I'm like the quiet one.
Hey, Josh.
He's a quiet partner, but very, very important behind the scenes too.
It was right after we bought rebelscom.com. The promoter asked us to come out and do some footage for the convention that he was at. And he goes, we walked over to Sam, and he's like, man, I'd love to give y'all an interview, but unfortunately I only got like 5 or 10 minutes before I got to be somewhere. And Bobby, who was on camera with him, asked him a question, and they went on for 45, 50 minutes.
I've watched that interview so many times. You have no idea.
I need to see that immediately.
He's like, that was one of my favorite interviews I've done. Thank you so much. He was thanking us, and I'm like, dude, you said 5 minutes. That was an hour ago.
Such a good dude.
That's a great example of like he's so humble. Like, I don't think a lot of people know. You guys probably know, who am I kidding? But that like he was going to be Kanan, my favorite Star Wars character. And he gave that up. He was like, when Freddy came in, he was like, no, that is all him. And it's like that takes an insane amount of like just humility and just grace to be like, I am not, this guy is just way better for this role than I am, you know, especially like as a Star Wars fan, it's like, you'd be like, oh, this would be this headlining Jedi of this show. And it was already all these other characters. Yeah, dude, he is, man, I'm going to go watch that interview because I actually haven't seen that. So I'm pumped about that.
Last thing I'm going to say, Sam Witwer does not know this because he also has no idea who I am. I've met him one time. Hey, Sam, what's going on when you're listening to this? He has no idea that he is going to be a part of a before and after photo for me. Hey, I've been trying to eat vegetables and run and work out and stuff, and I've dropped some lbs. And when I met him, I looked like a blimp. But I'm gonna put that photo when I meet him again. Like, hey, dude,
drop that in here, Tony. Let's blow that up real quick. Let's blow that up real quick. We have to see that in 4K. Even though I'm in 1K right now on YouTube, on someone's YouTube, but
it's him and me and another Tatooine Traders all over print that Dante is currently wearing right now with Maul's face on it. But with the source book, and I'm gonna take that photo and bring it with me. And when I take that photo with him, that's what we're gonna be holding. So yeah, Sam Witwer, get ready to be a part of the Star Wars version of My Biggest Loser. So I appreciate it.
That's incredible.
That
Dude,
is awesome.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
Will
so
got
good.
his weight faster than that.
Will,
He's a buff dude too, Sam. Like he's
he's ripped.
solid, isn't he?
I,
He's really.
No,
wow.
he is Star Killer. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's good that he got the role. I mean, after the fact, but I mean, otherwise there probably could have been some litigation because it's like you robbed that dude. Like that's him.
Yeah.
Will, do I mention the time that I first met him and about? I've told you this story before, right? Do I have to say it now? I should. Just
Yeah,
say it.
because
Well,
you
you
brought
do
it
now
up.
that
And
you
you
started.
went,
Okay.
hey, here's a story that I'm not going to tell you guys on a live podcast.
Yeah,
Should I tell it?
So
Clickbait.
yeah, I said what to Sam Witwer?
Yeah.
No, listen, Sam, if you're happening to watch this was you gave like the most fun answer of all time. So years ago, when I first met him, I was at a convention in Florida, and he did a panel. And once again, you can ask him tons of Star Wars questions, but what you mentioned about how jacked he is, I was like, what is this dude's workout routine? Like, I'm in the gym, like, and I'm just like, I just admire this guy's physique, you know? And I asked him, I was like, bro, what is your workout routine? Are you staying in the gym? Like you are like the real life personification of handsome Squidward. Like he's just like he said that, and that everybody started. This is on YouTube, by the way, so I can go find this if like you can hear me. And he just everybody started laughing, and he was so fun about it. Immediately goes into an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, and just is like, yeah, man, you got the little pump, yeah. And it was like he was just he went into a 25-minute rant on how to perfect your Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. Like it was amazing. He's just the best guy. So
Yeah. Top
anyway,
tier con guest.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Now you end on that story, I
Yeah.
guys, guys.
Yeah.
That's it right there. We actually have to go and watch it now.
Hey,
Right.
no more to say about
Palpatine's
that.
cool and all, but Arnold.
Yeah.
I can tell you, my wife, she is so excited about Sam being there because Being Human was one of her favorite shows ever.
Ooh,
Great
yeah, there
show.
you go.
And
Yep.
obviously we're here for Star Wars, but I mean, he's got a huge career all over the place.
Yeah, Days Gone remastered is about to drop or just dropped, and that was like one of his headlining. Yeah,
Dude, he was in Walking Dead. He was the zombie in the tank in like the first season.
That's right. Yep.
He was good.
Wow.
Did you know that tank guy was going to have like a whole backstory and everything, and then they scrapped it?
Oh, that would have been dope, man.
Yep, he's in The Mist. Frank Darabont.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Battlestar as well, right?
Yep, that's why he's friends with Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah. That's
Very
real.
cool. Very cool.
Unreal.
Anyway, we could yap here all day about Sam Witwer, but you get the point, guys.
Or you could come and do it at Rebel Scum Con August 8th to the 10th. August 8th to the 10th at Frisco Conference Center.
Yeah, dude.
There you go. Thank you for the setup there. That's what they pay me the big bucks for. But no, we appreciate everyone that helped out with this, and
Wait,
this is great.
is that Spencer joining the chat 40 minutes late and asking if he missed the announcement?
Oh, that's good.
We'll figure it out.
Yes.
Who's probably
Yeah, just go back and watch, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh goodness. Well, this was fun.
Yeah.
This is great.
Guys,
Appreciate you guys having us.
Thank you so
y'all
much
for having us. This is great. We'll all see each other in August, obviously.
Yep.
We might be tapping a lot of y'all for some other stuff too, so be on the lookout for it. It's from other content from some of these peeps, maybe, depending on their very busy schedules. But we appreciate everything you guys do in the community, and thank you for helping us out with this thing here. So
thank y'all for bringing us on.
So
Thank y'all for
fun.
organizing this. I'm so
Yeah.
pumped.
So fun.
Yeah.
So exciting.
I'm glad to work with you guys again. Glad to work with Hannah for the first time.
Thank you.
I'm glad Dante was able to reach out and get Hannah involved for this. I was seeing her reels pop up on my feed. I'm like, hey, have you seen this yet? And everyone's like, they're like, yeah. Oh, okay. Dante's like, yeah, I'm gonna
yeah, I was pre sounds, by the way. I was on the map.
Oh,
I
an
had
OG.
Hannah on the map
That is an
well
OG.
before that. Yeah,
That's
see?
true. That is true.
Hannah
Yeah.
can verify. See?
Yeah.
Day one.
Day one.
Day one.
Before
I've
the
been-
20K. Love it.
Yeah, I've been watching these pack openings now. Like
Yes.
I've been getting involved in
Uh-oh.
whatnot, peeking at that. So it's like it's
Oh, yeah.
it's actually
Whatnot king over there.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
run them dry, Tony. We need to run this
dangerous, man.
convention still.
It's
Man is out
dangerous.
here dealing.
Yeah, so it's
Dealing.
this has been, you
Oh,
know,
it's
this
good.
year, you know, working with, you know, all these Star Wars creators has been a lot of fun because it's opening me up to more creators that I'm kind of learning about, and other ones that I've seen, and now we get to talk to. It's been so much fun doing it this way, instead of, you know, just kind of dropping a picture on our social media or something. This has been a lot of fun, and getting to talk to the people more often than, you know, just our friends and creators that are coming to the show. And seeing you in August, so it's like now we're getting to interact a whole lot more throughout the year leading up to.
And at the end of the day, our whole thing is this convention is, we are fans. We're doing what we wanted to see in a convention, and reaching out to influencers and people like you guys and seeing what y'all love as well. That helps us make the convention better going forward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Unreal.
it's fun. Yeah, builds the hype. It's fun.
Yeah. It's what it's all about. The connection, community. Star Wars brings us all together.
Yes.
August can't come soon enough.
I mean, including everybody.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm counting down the days, guys. I'm stoked, and I'm just curious. I'm like, all right, there's more, but wait, there's more. Like I'm already in. Now it's just you're just enticing me more.
I've got a good 3 or 4 more names. I think maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. I got some things.
Maybe less.
There you go.
I got some things in the oven that I'm cooking up.
Man.
Ooh,
yeah.
Unreal.
Man, you guys are doing
plan
heavy lifting.
accordingly.
Yeah.
Thanks again for having us on to talk about this, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
Such fun.
being with us
Appreciate
on a
you.
Friday night.
Yeah, it's good
Cool.
times. Or Saturday morning.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's good.
yeah.
Yeah, or in the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
future.
Unreal. Thank you so much.
All right, I think we're gonna end it with this. But yeah, guys, we'll
I
see
know
you
where
guys
it's
at Rebel
going.
Scum Con, and of course, we got to end it with this.
Kenobi.